Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild world out there, folks. And here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's a Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
That's right, boys and girls, it's your Jueves, your Thursday edition of the ProBoh Show this morning. How are you doing out there? Big good morning to Eric, Eugene, BTI, and Pedro from Instagram, who are immediately joining me in the chat. Good morning, guys. Wow, an international crew there. We've got the Philippines, we've got Russia, we've got Spain. How are you doing out there, folks? It continues to be a scorcher. So hot here in Madrid, Spain, where we produce the show. By the way, friends, it is 8:30 Central European Time, 2:30 p.m. in Manila for our friend Eric there, and 2:30 in the morning for our friends in the United States in New York. How are you doing, guys? If you're lucky enough to be watching me live, thank you. And for those of you godlike beings who are downloading the podcast, thank you too. There will be podcast original programming coming because the schedule gets weird in the summer for the radio. What's coming up in today's show? Great question. Today I asked 100 humans to name something someone might want to cover up with makeup. Cover up, disimular, Natch. Con maquillaje, disimular. All right.
¿Será posible?
Yeah. Vaya nivelazo. Killing it already. First few minutes of the show. Then we go to... I broke a cardinal rule, Natch. Broke a cardinal rule. I swore myself I would never do Trump news on the ProBoh Show. No orange man on my show. But we do turn our attention to Donald Trump in today's Complete the News. I couldn't help it. It's too funny not to. And if we have time, we'll look at some special rights corporations might have in Delaware. And then today's unpopular opinion, again, a ridiculously popular one. One of the most unpopular opinions I've done since yesterday. But it's true. Everyone agreed. Well, the vast majority of people agreed. And that unpopular opinion is that combat sports, here I'm talking about like boxing, UFC, mixed martial arts, that kind of thing. Combat sports are a dangerous relic of the past. Woo! I don't even know how to say that in Spanish. Let's see what Deeple says. Combat sports are a dangerous relic of the past. I think you get the idea, right? It's something that's outdated for our modern society. A dangerous relic of the past. A big good morning as well to Jareon. Yeah, what time is it in Russia? Because Eugene is here and I haven't told him what time it is. He should know. Okay, so before we get to that, guys, I'm here, you're here. Let's find out what's going on in the world. How you doing, Natch? Thursday, man. We made it.
Yes.
Oh, we're halfway there. And also, we're coming up to payday, Natch. Oh, isn't that just the most beautiful weekend? The weekend after you've been paid? Oh, we get to see it all disappear really quick, but it's still there for a short time. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Quite a slow news day today, surprisingly. Do you know how you know it's a slow news day on the ProBoh Show? Because I've actually gone into the internet and researched if it's a special day today. Today is National Handshake Day, Natch. National Handshake Day. Founded in 2005 by Miriam Roddy, National Handshake Day was meant to promote the importance of the handshake as a way to make a good impression. Roddy, a professional development coach, says that handshakes are a gesture that is key to making first impressions and growing professional relationships. You know what? I would agree with that. My grandfather taught me how to give a good handshake. My granddad, it's not fair to say that he was an austere, serious man, because with the other grandkids, he wasn't. With me, quite often he was. He wasn't a man who hugged very often. I think I can remember clearly him telling me he loved me once under duress from my mother because we were having an argument at the time. But one thing he did instill in me was the importance of a good handshake, a good firm handshake. What's worse for you, Nacho? What's worse? A handshake that is too firm or a handshake that is too soft with not enough grip?
We'll say both.
Both are equally as bad. I'll be honest, for me, the bigger problem is a too firm handshake. I hate that when someone grinds your knuckles. Like, what's that about? Are you trying to assert dominance here? Someone does that, just pee on them. That way you can assert dominance back. How are we doing out there? Pedro, Rob, you've been doing two popular unpopular opinions to compensate the one on cigarette labels. True story. That was a hard sell. Hey, Pedro, we did do cigarettes should not have labels. And I took that from almost 100% false to a 50-50. It's a point of pride to me. But I have never felt as evil as I did that day. Did I really make people think that cigarettes shouldn't have labels? Yeah, don't smoke, kids. It's not good. Best way to quit smoking is to never start. Today is San Pedro as well. Thank you. Is it really? Happy Saints Day to Pedro from Instagram and all you Pedros out there. I think the rule is for Saints Days, Natch, if I'm not mistaken. It's the first saint of your name after your birthday. I don't know either. Natch is shrugging. I don't know these rules, man. You guys can't even fix a rule for your own language, for the masculine and feminine. How are you going to fix a rule for saints? God. How we do? Who else is there? We've got Maine, good morning, joining us all the way from the Netherlands. Vero, good morning, beautiful warriors. Good morning, beautiful Vero. Corporate Alligator's here. I hate when they told the tips of your fingers. When they hold the tips of your fingers when you shake hands. Oh, dude, totally. If you don't know what he's talking about there, the tips, los puntos de los dedos, right? Would you say? The tips of your fingers?
La punta de los...
La punta de los dedos. Close. We were close. Yeah, when you're going for a handshake and they grip too quickly, so they miss the seat in your hand and they just shake the tips of your fingers. It's like, geez, don't be so keen, man. Let's enjoy this moment. But yeah, incredibly important in business to have a good, firm handshake, to make a good first impression from the get-go. Eric, I almost forgot. Yesterday is an official holiday in the Philippines. Eid Mubarak, if I'm not mistaken. Well, happy Eid Mubarak, Filipino listeners. We love you out here. So have a good celebration. And thanks, Eric, for dropping the info. We love that. Okay, what else is going on in the news? Oh, dude, weirdest piece of news ever. Do you know everyone in South Korea is younger? Everyone in South Korea, Natch, has turned 1 or 2 years younger today. Weirdest piece of news, but completely true. Here we go. This is from the BBC. South Koreans become younger under a new age-counting law. A new law in South Korea has aligned the nation's traditional age-counting methods with international standards, which effectively makes South Koreans, or every South Korean, between a year or 2 years younger. How are they counting the age is your question. I can see Natch there with his brow furrowed as he tries to work this out. Yeah, me too. This confused me. Well, apparently, they used to count... Apparently, when you're born in South Korea, or when you were born in South Korea, you were counted as being 1 year old. Okay? And obviously, in the rest of the world, we count the date of your birth as 0.0. Now, let's unpack more of this news. This law replaces systems that considered a person 1 year old at birth and added a year to everyone's age every 1st of January. The new method, which counts age based on birth date, was strongly advocated by the president. There you go. Everyone in South Korea, 1 year older. Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio's just kind of booked every flight out to South Korea. Looking for a new girlfriend. He's got more wiggle room. Oh, dear, guys. What else do we have? Wow, yeah, some entertainment news. Poor Madonna. Have you heard about Madonna, Natch? She She has a serious bacterial infection. I think she collapsed in New York. Madonna is in not the mother of Jesus. I know we've got a lot of religious listeners. Not the mother of Jesus. Madonna is in the pop singer, the Material Girl. Like a virgin. You know what? The funniest karaoke experience for me before I knew Spaniards, before I moved to Spain and really kind of encapsulated myself within the culture, was watching my Spanish friend sing Like a Virgin at karaoke. Like a virgin. I'm murdering the pronunciation. I'm joking, Spain. I love you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. My favourite place on the planet. Corporate alligator. And people already have an entertainment age, so they will be even younger. At this point, 67-year-old will be 22. Corporate alligator, I hope so, because as you know, I too am advancing in years. Can we just say, like, I'm 45, Natch. Turned 45 this month. Can we just say I'm, like, in my mid-20s? Can we just make that decision, you and I, right now? Both of us. You're 21, I'm 23. Done. There we go. From now on, it's official. Eric, 31 Filipino artists turn junk into masterpieces in the Philippines. I think this has something to do with furnishing replicas. Thank you, Eric, for that news. You know, that's art in general, right? We turn raw resources into something of aesthetic value. Artists, man. The magicians, the modern-day magicians. I'm a bit late. Good morning, mates. How you doing, Mr. Cruthando? Always a pleasure to see you there. So, yeah, Madonna in not in critical condition anymore. This news, when I find this news from, I think I originally saw it in the BBC. Madonna has postponed her 2023 celebration tour, which was set to begin in Vancouver on July 15th, due to a serious bacterial infection. After falling ill, she was admitted to an intensive care unit. There she spent several days. Yeah, man, poor Madonna. Dude, all our heroes are getting too old, man. I saw a really fascinating... Have you ever seen the series Barry, Natch? It's about a contract killer. Un sicario, I think it's in Spanish. Because I love movies. I know that. It's about a contract killer who wants to become an actor. And I saw Bill Hader, who is the star, creator, writer, and Seth Meyers having an interview. And these two guys... were in Saturday Night Live, and they were talking about memories they had from the days when they were in Saturday Night Live. The only thing I could... And I'm a fan of Saturday Night Live prior to those guys. Bill Murray up to Will Ferrell. And I always considered these guys to be like the new kids on the block. My God, they're like... I saw them interviewed yesterday. They've all got grey hair and wrinkles. I'm like, geez Louise. We're getting old. Everyone to South Korea. Immediately. I think they did a good job in recycling materials, says Derek. I'm sure they did. What happened to Madonna? She used to be so hot to me when she was younger. Now she looks so different. Yeah, I think she's had a little bit of cosmetic surgery. Let's not judge. You know. That might be a good unpopular opinion. We should outlaw cosmetic surgery. Natch and I have spoken about this in private because of a mutual friend of ours and some cosmetic surgery choices they made for their child. So maybe we'll get into this, the cosmetic surgery thing. Who knows? The Bridge is here. Good morning, Warriors all, and Rob, and the Natch. Good morning, Bridge. Natch is nodding stoically. Good morning to you. Yeah, there you go. Derek, anyways, that... what's our hot topic for today in the ProBoh Show? Eric, you know what? You ask and you shall receive. Let's go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Ooh, my friends, today is a hot one. That's right. Today's unpopular opinion, today's brain fart, today's pedo cerebral, pedo mental, today's rayada is combat sports are a dangerous relic of the past. Combat sports, they're outdated, they're outmoded, they should, disappear. combat sports. Combat sports, I mean like boxing, mixed martial arts, UFC, even kickboxing and judo. Okay. Oof, this is a hot one because I'm not sure, honestly, where I fall on this one. Min asks, for their child? Yes, for their child. We'll maybe get into it. I don't want to name any names because, obviously, you know, we all love each other here at the radio. Okay, so here we go. Combat sports are a dangerous relic of the past. I did ask people on Instagram, guys, if you want to be involved in those votes on Instagram, you can do so at @professional bohemian. That's bohemio profesional, pero en inglés. There you go. So we did have a vote. Natch, what do you think? How do you think people voted on this one?
True.
By a lot, by a little?
A lot.
Yeah, by a ridiculous amount. By 94%. 94% of people said yes. It wasn't... This is a weird one. It was unusually unpopular to vote on. Normally I get a ton of people voting on these things. Yesterday's not so much. And I think it's because a lot of people, maybe a bit like me, were sat on the fence. They were in between both answers. Because as a young person, I did enjoy these kind of sports. Let's see what the elves, the poor enslaved ProBoh Show elves, had to say on this. Okay, so in the pro column, agreeing with the statement that combat sports are a dangerous relic of the past. Okay, combat sports involve a significant risk of injury, from minor ones like bruises and sprains to major ones as concussions, fractures, and in rare cases, even death. The cumulative effect of repeated injuries can lead to long-term health problems. The primary objective of combat sports is to defeat an opponent through physical force, which some argue promotes a culture of violence and can send the wrong message, especially to impressionable young viewers. And then finally, in the pro column, athletes in combat sports are often expected to push their bodies to extreme limits. For why? For entertainment. Which can be seen as a form of exploitation, particularly for the potential for financial gain, and it's weighted against health risks. They don't care about health risks. They want to make that money. So there you go. I want your opinions in the chat. Are combat sports a dangerous relic of the past? Choki Motobu once said, nothing is more harmful to the world than a martial art that is not effective in actual self-defense. Okay, let's get into this. Oh wait, we should do the disagreeing column, right? So the elf said, to disagree with a point, for those of you who want to write false, combat sports aren't just about fighting. They also involve mastering techniques, developing strategic thinking, and demonstrating respect for opponents. All right, elves. I when I respect someone, I give them a nice firm handshake in honor of Handshake Day, 29th of June. What I don't do is punch them in the face. That's like, not for me, the most respectful thing, but whatever. I'm not going to argue with the elves. Training for combat sports is physically demanding, promoting physical fitness and healthy lifestyle habits. Despite the risk of injury during actual competitions, regular training can lead to overall health benefits. Until you've been punched in the head so much, you get a hemorrhage. But whatever, let's not continue there. Let's carry on. Let's not interrupt the elves. Combat sports have a long history and are an integral part of many cultures around the world. And finally, modern combat sports have regulations and protective equipment designed to minimize injuries. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? You guys are getting some good opinions here. I like that. I've just seen Coralism. How are you doing, Coralism? Welcome. Okay, let me see if I can scroll up and get to this message. Min says, a lot of combat sports should teach you that they're only to be used as a last resort. When we think of combat... Oh, you guys are doing great work here. When we think of combat sport, we think of UFC and boxing matches. But in reality, it's mainly about starting healthy It's mainly about starting healthy, being more confident, and being able to defend yourself. You could make a case that no competition should be held in self-defense sports, but they, in and of themselves, are good for the individual. Yeah, Min makes a really interesting point there, because that's kind of what I think. I used to enjoy watching these sports, and I think for individuals it's very empowering. But competitions, and particularly seeing them on TV and lauding people who are just tough, that can just knock people out, oh, you're a hero. That's where I see the problem. Let's continue anyway. Pedro says, I voted yes, but I think it depends on whether they're intended to entertain an audience eager to see blood. I think practicing martial arts, which could be considered combat sport, may be healthy and even promote self-control and respect to your opponent. That's true. Some great comments here. Coralism, good morning to the marvellous cleaning lady in the background. Yeah, Rossi's there. I'll tell her good morning for you. Guys, you've stopped sending me like Bigfoot or UFO pictures of Rossi in the background. How does that look? You take a screenshot of the stream if you're watching live, twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and then you get Rossi in the background and you circle her. I love those posts. I don't know why. It's irrational. I don't like these sports at all, says Coralism. Yeah, me neither. Eugene, of course they are, except the fighting between Mark and Elon. Yeah, this is why this came up. The reason we're discussing this today is because someone messaged me yesterday and said, I wish you would stop talking about the fight between Elon and Mark Zuckerberg, because any fighting of this kind is unseemly. It's unseemly. It's not polite. It shouldn't be a part of polite society. It's unseemly. And I kind of agree with that to a certain extent. I thought, yeah, you know what, you're right. Why am I here being a cheerleader for two grown men about to beat each other up, about to fight each other? Ooh, I'm like one of those kids in the playground circling the two guys about to fight, cheering. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that kind of guy. So I thought I'd temper today this week's news stories with this unpopular opinion. Let's see. Of course they are, says Vero. They are a relic of the past. She says, Derek, whether you are training or in real life, apply something you learn. I said this because there are certain videos I saw on the internet, I'm not making this up, who messes with the wrong person. You deserved it. Honestly, I've seen those videos. Eric is talking about those videos where someone bullies another person, and the person who is being bullied ends up victorious. Yeah, but it's always, those kind of videos, I always think, oh, well, that's great. You're showing people that the bully doesn't always win, but you're also showing them that violence is the answer, which is kind of the problem I have with this whole concept. Violence is the answer to your problems. I think that's a kind of a dangerous message to be sending. Specifically, I'm saying this because when I was young, when I was in my teen years, I was a lot more... I expressed myself a lot more physically than I did verbally, to put it one way. And only now, through the wisdom of 45 years, what limited wisdom I've managed to gather, only now, or I would say maybe in the last 10 years, I've become the kind of person that communicates their problems rather than resorts to physical violence. Maybe more than that. Maybe 15 years. Who knows? And that's certainly the way to be. And I think, if I had a child, would I rather them watch a debate, or would I rather them watch a boxing match? When you put it like that, right? Would you rather, Natch, here's a question for you. Would you rather baby Natch watch boxing or debates?
Politics, debate.
Any kind of debate.
Debate.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, something that is more enriching to the mind. You get two different opinions, contrary opinions, going back and forth. Or, you get two people in a ring beating the crap out of each other, and the hero is the one that beats the other person worse. When you put it like that. I mean, these even self-defense competitions, the winner isn't the person who defends themselves the best. The winner is the person who physically injures the other person more, right? So my problem here is not so much with the sport itself, but with that, as Pedro mentioned, that bloodlust of the audience. It's like a spectacle, like the Roman circus. Should we be doing that in 2023? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. Okay. Pedro, not all martial arts are upheld by some sort of philosophy, so the key here is not what you practice, but how and for what purpose. Interesting. Corporate alligator, kicking, punching, and grappling will result in damage to the human body. This is unavoidable. Min's got some comments, so is Coralism. Corporate alligator, guys, we have to go to a quick commercial break. I will drop a poll in the chat, and you will tell me. You'll tell me. Is it outdated? Are combat sports outdated? Guys, tons of things you could have been doing this morning. Instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with Nacho and I, and it means the absolute world, friends. We will see you in a few short minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You are listening to the ProBoh Show. If you've just tuned in, it's currently 9 a.m. Central European Time for our friend Eric in Manila joining us live in the chat. I imagine it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon. For our friends in the US, particularly New York, it is 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't know what time it is for Eugene. I don't know what time it is for Eugene. Guys, if you want to join us in the chat, you can do that at twitch.tv/professional bohemian. Join us there and contribute to the chat. Some great ideas and opinions coming out today. So thank you for that, guys. If you just tuned in, we spoke briefly that it's National Handshake Day. Then we spoke about Madonna. Yeah, Madonna ill. She has, a bacterial infection? Yeah, affecting her latest tour. God, Madonna, I can't remember who it was in the chat. Was it Mr. Cruzando? Someone said that they had a crush on Madonna. Me too, a little bit. But at an age where I didn't really know what a crush was. And then what else did we talk about? Then we spoke about, South Koreans being between 1 and 2 years younger. I'm jealous. I want to be. I want to be 1 year younger, please. Okay, the vote for our unpopular opinion has officially closed now. Ooh, exciting. And what was that unpopular opinion? It was that combat sports, I mean boxing, mixed martial arts, UFC, combat sports are a dangerous relic of the past. Okay, let's look at some comments I got while when I posted this on Instagram. Benjamin or Ben says, I'd argue that combat sports have historical significance. They connect us to our past, providing a window into how our ancestors lived, competed, and even survived. Is there some truth to that, do you think? Is there historical significance? I mean, there's historical significance for killing mammoths, woolly mammoths, right? Our ancestors did that. We're not running around killing elephants, are we? Well, yeah, I suppose there are a few of us, some poachers out there in Africa that are. I don't know. I'm not sure the historical significance should hold us back from making progress as a society. You know, that's kind of where I draw the line. I kind of think, you know, I'm the first person to argue, to make the cultural argument or the historical argument, but in this case, I think the net benefit of rethinking how we praise the kind of athlete who is involved in a sport that is about hurting another individual. I think that maybe we need to question. And Gwen, interestingly enough, is a nurse. As a nurse, it's not hard to see it as unnecessary harm. We've got safer ways to let off steam now, don't we? To let off steam, to relax, to desbloquear, to let off steam, Natch. Descargar. I don't know.
Nivelazo.
Oh, dude, I'm surprised. I thought I'd completely screwed that up. Thank you. Okay, so there you go. Let's get into our chat. Let's see what people were saying there. Wow, a lot of comments here, guys. Doing great work today. All right. Min, I have done martial arts and some friends have too. We are the first to say that you should try and run away if you can, because we're much more aware of what can happen when you get into a fight. True story. Coralism, we used to watch Pressing Catch on Saturday mornings. I don't think it would be allowed now, for children, I mean. Dude, I loved American wrestling with a passion. And people, yes, they did get injured. But would you consider American wrestling a combat sport, Natch?
No.
No, me neither. Because it's fantasy. It's not real. It's scripted. They know who's going to win before the fight starts. Okay, so it's not, the objective is not to beat your opponent. It's like watching the circus. So I wouldn't consider it a combat sport, which is a bit of a hot take. I realize many of you won't agree with me on that one. But yeah, and I was the same. I used to watch Saturday mornings British wrestling with my grandfather, and then American wrestling in the evenings with him as well. Corporate Alligator, injuries occur in every sport, even darts. But the severity of the injuries to the competitors. Yeah, exactly. Not every sport is about inflicting injuries on your competitor, is what I would respond to that, Corporate Alligator. Although you are right, every single sport out there has the risk of some kind of injury. In my opinion, what we should only care about is whether or not it increases violence on the streets. This is from Min, which I don't think it does. Repressed emotions, stress, group pressure, alcohol, drugs are much bigger causes for violence on the street. If that's what we care about, it doesn't make sense to look at martial arts. When I was a teenager, in my early teens, very, very early 20s, there was a boxer. I think his name was Prince Nassim. Was that what his name, Prince? If anyone from the UK around that time or are aware of boxing, you can correct me if Prince Nassim, geez Louise, famous for knocking people out in one punch. He was massive. I think he might have actually been from I think he might have been from my city. Was he from Bradford? Oh, no, he was from Sheffield. He was from Yorkshire. So everyone in Yorkshire, we lauded this guy. We thought he was amazing. And also, I was from, the culture at that time was very much about physical kind of altercations with other people. Now, was that caused by an entrenched admiration for this kind of athlete? Or was the admiration for these kind of athletes caused by the cultural time of the violence that was happening in Bradford at that time? What happened first? What came first? One thing's for sure: if we're gonna admire people, ask yourself this, man. If you had children, would you rather them admire someone like Lex Friedman or Sam Harris, or even Jordan Peterson if you're on the other side of the fence? Would you rather them admire a person like that, or would you rather them admire a boxer or a martial artist? It's an interesting question, right? Why would they be admiring that person? Because they can beat the other person up faster with a greater degree of accuracy. It's still causing physical harm to someone else. But I agree. You know what I mean? I'm the first person to say video games don't cause violence. And in video games, you see a lot of people killing a lot of other people. I mean, that's, what 90% of video games are about. But because it happens in the digital realm and these aren't real people, I don't think it has any impact at all. So maybe sports don't either. We'll get to the results soon. Min. As for competitions, I agree that they are a bit barbaric, but in the end, if it's two consenting adults having a competition, who am I to say they can't do it? If you don't want your kid to see it, don't let them watch it, just like you do with lots of other stuff, which is a great point. Can we get a ProBoh approved for Min?
ProBoh approved.
Min is actually changing my opinion here. Where do you land on this, Natch? What do you think? Do you think it's barbaric, a relic of the past?
Apart from judo, I think, and the rest, yes.
Yeah, you do.
I see judo like more like with llaves and things, but I don't know, punching the other people's face, I don't like.
Punching someone in the face until they fall on the floor for 10 seconds. Yeah, I mean, come on. How does that... That's essentially what boxing is, folks. If that doesn't sound barbaric to you, then I don't know what does. Anyway, let's continue. I know it's not the same, but forbidding combat sports is like forbidding bullfighting. There will always be someone rooting for it. Can we get nivelazo for Vera? Rooting for.
Será posible. Vaya nivelazo.
There'll be someone supporting it, there's someone behind it, kind of cheering it on. I get you. Yeah, you're completely right there, Vero. Mr. Cruzando, it should be banned. People can even be killed in this type of sport. Lately, even online sports newspapers show a few seconds of the most violent combat. Yeah, true. Yeah, more and more it's becoming more normal. Let's see, Pedro. Guys, need to leave for a while. No worries. My votes for the 100 humans are age, wrinkles, acne, and stains. Okay, I'll make a note of that. Let's continue. Where were we? Eugene, it's 12 p.m. or a.m. I don't know. In Russia right now. Thank you, Eugene. Main issue here for me is that people who've done martial arts think completely differently of them than people who have never done it. Everybody I know who has done martial arts agrees that it shouldn't be used at random and that it doesn't make you any more aggressive. And that it's great for self-control and letting out emotions. But the practice of martial arts, because I agree, I've done a few martial arts classes in my youth. But I also got into a ton of fights when I was young as well. A ton. That's why I've got so many scars. I wasn't very good at it. Yeah, I don't agree. I agree. I don't mind the practice of martial arts. I don't even mind boxing training if that's what you want to do. It's the competitive element and the way society lifts these people up. Colin McGregor, for example. How is it I know who Colin McGregor is? I haven't watched a boxing match in 20 years. I haven't watched UFC ever. How do I know who Colin McGregor is? Because this guy is massively famous for being tough. Is that really what we want to laud as a society? I don't know. Corporate Alligator, many studies dealing with brain damage in sport focus on professional rather than amateur athletes. There is no reason to think trauma-created harm cares about whether an athlete is being paid or not for their brain rattling. Wow, that is a great point. Let's get Corporate Alligator a ProBoh approved.
ProBoh approved.
12 a.m. Okay, Eugene, wow. I admire your effort in being here, man. You rock. If they're young, I'd be confused why they like a debater or philosopher. If they enjoy watching boxing, I'd let them join the sport themselves to experience it. Then they can decide for themselves. All right, so let's get to the vote. Let's close down this topic, which was, the unpopular opinion was, combat sports, boxing, UFC, mixed martial arts, combat sports are a dangerous relic of the past. Let's get a little drum roll. 88% of you said true. Done. Let's wait for the fight to happen before concluding on this topic. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. That will be the first combat sport I will have watched in maybe 20, 25 years. I watched the boxing match. Well, I watched, entre comillas, I was really drunk, and I watched it recorded the next day. The last boxing match I was when Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. That was a long time ago. I don't know how long, but a long time ago. Okay, so that was today's unpopular opinion, guys. 88% of you agreed. How do we put a cap on this? Look, I don't want to tell you how to enjoy yourself. And I know there are real benefits to practicing combat sports. Psychologically, physically. Psychologically, it does teach you a little self-control, control over your body, over your emotions, which is invaluable, right? Invaluable. And also the physical fitness aspect. But my question is, and what gives me pause, and what I realized yesterday when I received the message, kind of complaining about how much I was talking about a fight. What gave me pause was, yeah, you know what? You're actually talking quite a lot of sense. I'm rabble-rousing for two grown men fighting each other. What does this say for much younger, much more easily influenced kids picking up on this news, watching these things? What kind of a message do we send when we make celebrities out of fighters? Or when we say to kids the way to settle your issues, in the case of Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, the way to settle your issues is through fighting. What does that say? What message does that send? Interesting. Look, guys, I'm as clueless as you guys are, but one thing is for sure. 88% of you said true, and we're going to leave it right there and go to today's 100 Humans. All right, my friends, it was a long walk to work today across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today, I asked them to name something someone might want to cover with makeup. Que quería disimular con maquillaje. Friends, international
Nivelazo.
friends. Thank you. That's 2 nivelazos for the same translation. Love it, Natch. You can do that more often if you like. Okay, so name something someone might want to cover up with makeup. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I'm in possession of the top 7 answers right now. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. What do you think? Let's go to Natch first. Natch, what are you thinking?
Pimple?
Pimples. Pimples. Ooh, it's a good answer. Pimples. Pimples, spots, right? Pimples. Is it there? You know what? I'm surprised at this. No, it's not. Although I've got to say, Pedro also said pimples. I've got to say, when someone covers a pimple with makeup, you can still see the pimple. You do get that, guys, right? That it's 3-dimensional. Just looks like a weird flesh-coloured volcano on your skin now. Pimples, not there, but a great answer. Pedro says... Vero says bruise. A bruise. In line with our last topic there. A bruise. Is it there? Yes, it is. Vero, good job. Good job. It is the 3rd most popular answer, with 6 of the 100 humans saying bruise. Well done. Okay, age. Age, says Pedro. He also says wrinkle. Wrinkles. Arrugas. Wrinkle. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Wrinkle is the sign of age, isn't it? I can't think of anything else on the face that gives away your age. Other than a lack of hair, in my case. Too much face. You must be old. Okay, let's continue. How are you doing, Seri? Welcome, welcome. Okay, scars, says Corporate Alligator. Scars. Cicatrices. Scars. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. That one, my friend, is the 2nd most popular answer. Oof, yeah, I can't give you that one. I can't give you pimples. But I can, okay, I do see stains in the chat. A stain. Una mancha. We wouldn't call it a stain on the face. We'd call it a blemish. A blemish. Okay, una mancha. A blemish. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. That was from Pedro from Instagram. And Pedro, it's the number 1 answer. With 65 of the 100 humans saying blemish. Jeez Louise. Well done, Pedro, for that. Okay, guys, you've only got 3 more to get, and they are the last 3, 5th, 6th, and 7th place. All right, let's see. Ooh, okay, let's continue. I think I might have to give you some clues. Okay, let's say, Bridge says burns, the gap in your eyebrow, says Mr. Cruzando. Those things you get under your eyes, we call those bags, says Min. Bags under your eyes. Stress, says Eric. Low self-esteem, says Pedro. A black eye, says Eugene. God, you guys. Let's give him a ProBoh proof, please.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
That's me being nice to you before I say none of those answers are there. So I'm going to give you a clue. Okay. This, when you're in a romantic moment with your partner, you know, they may be kissing around your neck and they get a little carried away. Too much suction in the passion, and it'll leave a mark on your neck. You know, I have no idea how to say this in Spanish. Not a clue. Well, wait. Yeah, I did the research. Okay. Nat, do you know how to say this in English?
No, I don't.
I believe in Spanish. Min has the answer. I believe in Spanish it's a chupeton.
Yes.
Which sounds like it should be the name for something else. I'm just going to say. Is it there? A hickey. Well done, it's there, Min. Yeah, a chupeton in English is a hickey. Spelled Hickey. 3 of 100 humans. The 7th most popular answer. In British English, as the Bridge has just said, we call it a love bite. A love bite. Oh, Mr. Cruzando, did you get that one? A chupeton. Oh, you did. Let's get a little round of applause, please, for Mr. Cruzando. You did get that. My bad. Okay. All right. Here's one. This is something not exclusive to people with red hair, but certainly if you meet someone with red hair, they will have these, plural, on their face and on their skin. They're cute. Sometimes they come out when you've had a little sun. Coralism knows the answer. Do you know the answer, Natch?
I don't know the name in English.
What is it in Spanish? Pecas. Freckles. There it is. Well done, Coralism. Mainly saying red-headed people, they don't have a soul. They have no soul. Tienen alma. Okay, last one. These are something you will find on your skin, usually round in shape and dark brown in colour. Some people worry about these, that they can't expose them to the sun because of the risk of skin cancer. Yeah, I think, Natch, do you know where it is?
I don't know the name.
You don't know it in English?
No.
Oh, dude, this is actually quite an educational 100 humans to do. Yes. I'm proud of us.
Lunar.
A lunar in Spanish. Very good. Not topo, because that's a different kind. So if I tell you that another way to say lunar would be topo, do you know what it is? Ooh, tough. It's a mole. A mole. Look at me pretending to be an English teacher. Coralism got that one. It was a mole. Let's very briefly go down the list. In position number 7. When I asked 100 humans to name something someone might want to cover up with makeup, it was a hickey. Chupeton. In position number 6, we had freckles. Pecas, I think you said, right, Natch? Okay. In position number 5, we had a mole, lunar, a mole, 5 of 100 humans. In position number 4, we had wrinkles, arrugas. Do you call them arrugas when they're on the skin as well?
Yes.
Okay. In position number 3, we had bruise, a moraton, I think you say. In position number 2, we had cicatriz, a scar, with 9 of 100 humans saying that one. And with, I think, one of the highest number 1 answers. In position number 1, Pedro from Instagram identified this one. Well done. A blemish, a mancha. Mancha. Blemish on your skin. Like, you wouldn't say a stain on your skin, you'd more likely say a blemish. Well done, guys. Let's go head first into today's Complete the News.
Complete the news!
Can I just say, the live audience today, you guys are killing it. I'm enjoying you guys today a great deal. There's a lot of you and you're all participating. I love that. Okay, here we go. Complete the news. I'm going to give you a news headline, leave out some information. You guys are going to complete the news using A, B, or C. Here we go. Breaking my cardinal rule. We're going to do a Trump story. Donald Trump rants. Okay, he's talking in a crazy manner. He rants. Donald Trump rants to a women's group, saying, about the Democrats, saying, they want to blank. They want to blank. But what? Is it A, take away your washing machines and dryers? Is that what he said to a woman's group? Is it B, stop you from shaving your legs and armpits? B, afeitar las piernas. Or C, they want to take away your right, as in derecho, your right to vote. Okay, here we go again. Trump rants. He shouts to a women's group, saying they, meaning the Democrats, they want to blank. Is it A, take away your washing machines and dryers? Is it B, stop you from shaving your legs? Or is it C, take away your right to vote? A, B, or C? Ooh, C seems to be a popular one. I'll salute the bridge for being the only person to say A, take away your washing machines and dryers. What do you think, Natch?
I'm saying B.
You're going to say B, stop you from shaving your legs and armpits. Okay, here we go, friends. Let's get a drum roll. Trump says to a women's group that Democrats want to take away your washing machines and dryers, A. That was a good one, my God. Guys, no time to cover that story, but I will just I will let you know it's from Raw Story. A weird speech there by Donald Trump. You can find all the links from today's show in my Patreon, patreon.com/professionalbohemian. Guys, so many things you could have done today, but instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with me, and it means the world. See you tomorrow.